Hi, my name is Bob Lindy. I'm an acupuncturist and herbalist in St. Petersburg, Florida. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to use olive oil and lemon juice in order to treat kidney stones. So what we need to do is gather together a bowl to mix our ingredients in, a couple of lemons so that we can get up to 2 ounces of lemon juice, and enough olive oil, ideally some extra virgin cold pressed olive oil, so we can get 2 ounces of the olive oil to mix in with it. One of the things that when we do use this technique, it's important to understand that traditionally this combination is actually used for gallbladder stones as opposed to kidney stones. In general, everything that I've read and experienced, this is not an effective treatment for kidney stones. In either type of stones, whether it's kidney stones or gallbladder stones, I always recommend that you work with a trained professional who will most likely recommend other options as far as how you go ahead and aggressively attack those stones. The biggest risk factor with this is if you have a large stone, whether it be a bladder or a gallbladder, is that it gets lodged and you end up with a backup of urine, or that you block the biliary duct in the gallbladder, in which case you'll lose your gallbladder, or if you block the stone blocks the urinary passageway, you'll actually probably have to go to the hospital and get surgery. So this is not something to do until you've actually had a doctor ascertain how big your kidney stones are to see whether you can safely pass them. In a perfect world, we avoid getting kidney stones altogether by eating fresh fruits and vegetables, lean meats, and drinking plenty of fresh, clean water. But let's go ahead and look at how this technique is done, since you can commonly find information about this in a number of alternative health books, as well in certain locations in the book. The first thing we want to do is to go ahead and cut our lemons and squeeze out 2 ounces of lemon juice, put those into a bowl, and then we can measure out our 2 ounces of olive oil and place those into the bowl. We mix those together. We can store those in the fridge. Once we add some water to that, and we can drink up to 12 ounces a day throughout the day. It is very, very likely that this will also provide you with diarrhea. So you might want to consume this when you're close to a bathroom so that you don't have any accidents. Should you lose the ability to pass urine, you get some abdominal bloating or any pain in your abdomen, make sure that you contact a physician immediately. Should you get pain in your kidneys from this, acquire a fever, or feel a great deal of nausea, again, you should contact a medical professional immediately. So if you're going to use this, make sure you do it in consultation with a medical professional, do it carefully, and stay close to a bathroom. This is Bob Lindy in St. Petersburg with a lemon and olive oil treatment for kidney stones.
As protein in general can put stress on our kidneys, as that's where we filter it out. Now, speaking of filtering, make sure you're staying up on your fluids. Normally, you want to take your body weight and divide by 2. That's the appropriate amount of ounces your body needs to stay properly hydrated. Now keep in mind, fluids don't just come from water, they can come from other things as well, but try to avoid those added, sugary type drinks and go for more of your non-calorie fluids or your low-fat or no-fat milk, and also fluids that you get from meals or for your food. Keeping up on your fruits and vegetables is also an excellent way to avoid kidney stones and just a good part of a regular healthy diet. Now, certain things to avoid, things that contain oxalate. These are things like coffee, chocolate sometimes, spinach, I believe rhubarb has some. This type of oxalate sometimes can form kidney stones, but then again, not always in all people. So minimizing those types of foods could be beneficial to prevent your kidney stones. Now, it has also been mentioned that possibly avoiding calcium can help to avoid kidney stones, but the research isn't quite proven, so I'd rather stay up on your calcium for just strong bone health. Those are just a couple tips and some things you can change in your diet. I'm Charlotte, and eat happy. Overall kidney health. First and foremost is stay hydrated. Check your urine to make sure that it's a clear or very light yellow color. If it's actually dark or more concentrated, you may need to increase your fluids throughout the day. Try to choose lower calorie or calorie-free beverages, just that you're helping to maintain your calorie in a moderate level anyways. Also, kidney stones are very difficult because they could be formed by different things. A lot of times they're made out of calcium, or sometimes they could be from uric acid. So depending on what time you're doing, you really need to ask your family physician for specific recommendations for your types and your needs. When you go into your doctor, they're probably going to test a multitude of levels and of things in your kidneys. Keeping your calcium levels up could possibly help. You don't necessarily need to avoid it, even if you do have calcium kidney stones. Again, really just for overall kidney health, stay up on hydration. Also keep in mind your kidneys do help process the protein in our foods. So you may want to look at avoiding some protein or not avoiding, but maybe limiting or lowering your amount of protein intake to help just avoid and loosen the stress on your kidney levels in general. Those are just a couple tips on how to eat good for overall kidney health, but ultimately check with your physician for your specific needs. I'm Charlotte, and eat happy.